And once again, I want to say greetings to each and every one of you, Aquala, and welcome. Welcome to another round of the Conscious Roster Report here on LIB Radio, LIB TV, here on livinginblack.com. My name is Titi Owado, aka the Conscious Roster. Weekday mornings, you and I get together live. We come at you from 9 a.m. Pacific time, that's 12 noon Eastern time, 5 p.m. BST. And 8 p.m. East Africa time, we get together with you and we deal with culture, consciousness, historical perspectives. We deal with entertainment, economic, education, health, labor, law, politics, religion, family, conflict, future studies, all areas of human interactivity, and a special emphasis on being healthy, as well as connecting with our global family. Today's date is Friday. It is Friday the 5th of September 2025 in the Western Gregorian calendar. This corresponds to the year 6266 in the Kemetic calendar, to which we have realigned our cultural clock. Welcome to the 7th millennium. You have found your family in a peaceful place on LIB Radio, LIB TV, and livinginblack.com. What is vascular dementia? I'll be honest with you, until I had a conversation with one of my dear friends recently, I had not heard of it. I was unaware of what was vascular dementia, even though, I'll be honest with you, I guess I did know, because I went into my book, Miracle on 2 Feet, which I do have it right here, and I do need to pull this book out during today's conversation. This is Miracle on 2 Feet, Stroke Prevention and Recovery. I was talking to my friend and he told me his mother had been diagnosed with vascular dementia, and the doctors had given them no hope, had given the family no hope that there was anything that they could do for her. Well, as he described it more and more, it sounded to me like he was discussing a stroke. And so I, therefore, looked it up, did the research on it. Today, our podcast is dedicated to exploring innovative strategies in functional medicine for managing and preventing vascular dementia. Managing and or preventing vascular dementia. And of course, we do have to come to terms with what does that word managing mean. We delve into the intricate connections between lifestyle, nutrition, and brain health, providing our listeners with actionable items, actionable insights to enhance their cognitive function and overall well-being for life. In this podcast, we'll share from leading experts' research in functional medicine, neurology, and nutrition. So that is what is on the table for today. I hope you do enjoy it. Today, here are some of the highlights we'll look much more into. Point 1, understanding vascular dementia. We'll learn about the causes, symptoms, and progression of vascular dementia and how it differs from other forms of dementia. Point 2, we will look at functional medicine principles. The principles of functional medicine, I say, do apply with vascular dementia. And we're going to see how they do apply, how a holistic approach can address the root causes of vascular dementia, focusing on personalized care and prevention. Point 3, diet and nutrition. This is one of the reasons many of you tune in regularly to LIB Radio, because I am constantly on the research I'm constantly on the hunt for the latest and the best research for diet and nutrition. Explore the impact of diet on brain health, including anti-inflammatory foods essential nutrients and dietary patterns that support cognitive function. 4, we're going to look into lifestyle modifications, what you can do to prevent or recover from stroke, and that includes vascular dementia. Gain insights into the importance of exercise, sleep, stress management, and social engagement in maintaining vascular health that supports cognitive vitality. And lastly, patient stories. We're going to share a few important stories from people who have had this. I talked about my friend. His mother is now diagnosed with this. The thing about it is they're in the British healthcare system, and the healthcare system, what they said to her was outrageous. They told her that they couldn't really treat the condition, that they wanted her to come back. They wanted the family to come back after the condition had worsened, and then they could give her drugs. You think I'm making this stuff up? I'm not making this stuff up. Come back after the condition worsens, and then they'll give her drugs to sedate her. Drugs make her not so aggressive, because this condition, as other strokes, can leave a person with personality changes that has them aggressive. So he and I are working together. We got to work with his father. And my friend told me his father was going to be the worst. I said, well, let me have at him. Let me talk to him. He said his father was going to put up a lot of resistance. And I said, let me talk to him. Because he's got to remember why he married this woman in the first place. Why they started a family. And here is, the thing is this. The same friend who was telling me about this, his mother, actually had my book. He had bought the book, or I think may have sent it to him. The book, Miracle on 2 Feet, because his sister had had a stroke. His sister had had a stroke, and my friend had the book probably for about a year. And I asked him, well, how is your sister doing? And he hesitated, and I knew what was on the other side of that hesitation. How is your sister doing? And he quickly went into his brother-in-law. His brother-in-law is very hesitant, very reluctant, will not do the techniques that are in the book. Now, that contrasts to one of my dearest friends for life, beyond life, Tony Chin, the well-known reggae musician, Tony Chin. And Tony Chin, his wife had had a stroke. As soon as I found out about it, it had been fairly recent. As soon as I found out about it, I said, quick, check your mail. And I sent him a hard copy of this book, Miracle on 2 Feet, Stroke Prevention and Recovery. Well, Tony Chin got the book, gave it to his wife. They both read it. And maybe it was 2 weeks or 3 weeks later, I heard from Tony Chin. He says, man, thank you for sending me that book. And Vicky, she was still struggling, but she really appreciated it. Because the techniques and things in this book, it works. Now I'm talking to you out there in the listening audience. Are we going to put our trust in the hands after we have a stroke? Are we going to put our trust in the hands of those who are not going to act upon the wisest information that I might be able to share? Or are we going to go another way? Now, there's other cases here. I could tell the case of my adopted mother, Mama Mary. She had what is called a mini stroke, which might be closer to vascular dementia, a series of mini strokes. And I'm not going to talk about what the family wanted to do. It's quite complicated, but the rest of the family wanted to go strictly with allopathic medicine, conventional medicine. Do nothing unless they tell you to do it. But my adopted mother-in-law is also my roommate's mother. She flew to Ohio and ever so quietly, discreetly defied the doctors, defied the family members. Mama Mary was hobbled by the experience. She was using a walker, or not a walker, a cane. And the doctors told her cholesterol was out of control and wanted to put her on cholesterol lowering medicine, statin drugs. Well, Terry had been to enough of my classes and knew enough to know that statins are a no, 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 especially for black people. I say for everyone, but especially for black people, because the studies show that statins either do not work or they're misapplied or whatever. They are no good for black people. Her mother is a black person. So Terry went there, took control of things, fed her mother raw food, vegan food, living superfood, gave her the supplements that I suggested for the cholesterol conditions. And in 5 days, Mama Mary put down the cane. In 5 days, she had her cholesterol levels checked, and it was better than a normal person, average person. So I want to get back to this subject now. I don't want to go too deep into all these stories. I want to get back to this subject for today because it is very complex. I hope you join us on this enlightening journey as we empower you with the knowledge and tools to take charge of your brain health and enhance your quality of life. Vascular vitality. That's what it's all about. Be a part of a community dedicated to understanding and combating vascular dementia through functional medicine. I'm going to go right into it because I have a limited amount of time I'm going to dedicate to today's show. Tomorrow is, of course, our first Saturday feast, and it looks like we're going to have close to a full house. There's enough room for 2 or so more people to join us. I highly encourage you to join us. But if you don't, please listen to what I have to say. This is not a sprint. This is a marathon. And this marathon may have you running an extra 30 years. This marathon may take 100 plus years to complete. That marathon is your life. 100 plus is a reasonable expectation for all of us at this point forward. All of us. Vascular dementia is a common type of dementia caused by reduced blood flow to the brain, and that's chronic reduced blood flow to the brain, which damages and eventually kills brain cells due to a lack of oxygen and nutrients. So there we have our first set of solutions: increase blood flow to the brain, increase oxygen, increase nutrients. Let me just highlight this and let's keep going. 1 second. Let's keep going. This reduced blood flow is typically the result of conditions that impair blood vessels in the brain, such as strokes, transient ischemic attacks, TIAs, or mini strokes, or reduces blood flow in small blood vessels. It is the second most common form of dementia after Alzheimer's, accounting for 15 to 30% of dementia cases in the United States, Europe, and Asia. The condition can develop after a single large stroke, a series of small strokes, multi-infarct dementia, or due to chronic small vessel disease, subcortical vascular dementia, subcortical vascular dementia. And it often occurs alongside other dementias like Alzheimer's disease, known as mixed dementia. Let's now focus in on vascular dementia treatments from the perspective of functional medicine. The functional medicine approach to vascular dementia emphasizes targeting the underlying biological processes contributing to cognitive decline, such as oxidative stress, inflammation, and impaired synaptic function, often using a combination of pharmaceutical and non-pharmaceutical agents. Cholinesterase inhibitors, ACHELs, cholinesterase inhibitors, let me get it right, cholinesterase inhibitors like donepezil, galantamine, and rivastigmine are central to this approach, primarily by enhancing cholinergic neurotransmission through the inhibition of acetylcholinesterase, thereby releasing synaptic acetylcholine levels critical for memory and learning. Roles critical for learning and memory. Rivastigmine in particular also inhibits butyrylcholinesterase, which may be especially relevant as its role increases with cholinergic neuron loss. These drugs have demonstrated efficacy in improving cognitive function, with rivastigmine showing high efficacy in MMSE cases. I don't know what MMSE scores, not cases, scores. Although safety concerns are noted for some agents. Let me tell you, as I just read that paragraph, they mixing functional medicine, which tends to a holistic natural approach, they mix that with conventional medicine, and I am not an advocate for conventional medicine. Now, for those out there that believe you need a solution for this, you may need to consider the benefits versus the side effects of those mainstream treatments for vascular dementia, mini strokes. I will read that last sentence one more time. These drugs have demonstrated efficacy in improving cognitive function, with rivastigmine showing high efficacy in MMSE scores, although safety concerns are noted for some agents. So let me do this. Let me look up just the one. No, I'm not going to look up just the one. I'm going to look up the whole class of them, cholinesterase inhibitors. I'm going to look that up. Bear with me. This is only going to take a second. Put that over here. Let's do this on Copilot today. This one, we're going to put this up on Copilot. What are the benefits? What are the benefits versus side effects of, and that is cholinesterase inhibitors? So I'm looking that up using Chat GTP4 as my preferred search engine. Here's what it's saying back. Cholinesterase inhibitors, ACHELs, are medications that block the breakdown of acetylcholine, a neurotransmitter essential for memory, learning, and muscle function. They're commonly prescribed for Alzheimer's disease, Parkinson's disease dementia, Lewy body dementia, and myasthenia gravis, among other conditions. What are the benefits of ACHELs? Number one, improved cognitive function. By increasing acetylcholine levels, ACHELs can enhance memory, attention, and learning. Two, slowed progress of dementia symptoms. They may help delay worsening of symptoms in Alzheimer's and related diseases. Three, enhanced nerve communication. They're useful in neurotransmitter conditions like myasthenia gravis. And four, potential reduction in mortality. Some studies show a lower risk of death in treated Alzheimer's patients. Now, what are the side effects of these cholinesterase inhibitors, the ACHELs? Number one, gastrointestinal issues, including nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, and weight loss, are common. Two, neurological symptoms, headaches, insomnia, abdominal stress, confusion, and hallucinations may occur. Three, cardiovascular effects, fainting, high blood pressure, and fatigue have been reported. Four, urinary changes, increased frequency of urination. And five, drug interactions. ACHELs may interact with medications that block acetylcholine, reducing their effectiveness. While ACHELs don't cure neurodegenerative diseases, they can offer meaningful symptom relief. However, side effects vary by individual and should be monitored closely by healthcare providers. So that's what that said there. And I'm going to do one more research here. What I'm going to do is paste that one into the page of research that I have for today. And save that. Now, what I am going to do, is there a nutritional alternative to ACHELs? That's the question I'm asking of the search engine. What is a nutritional alternative to taking ACHELs? There. Let's do this, because that's my functional medicine approach to everything. I am absolutely convinced food is nature's most perfect medicine. A nutritional alternative to acetylcholinesterase inhibitors, ACHELs, focusing on supporting brain health and acetylcholine levels naturally through diet and lifestyle. While these alternatives may not replace medications for conditions like Alzheimer's or myasthenia gravis, they can complement cognitive function and potentially slow decline. Here are some key options. Nutritional alternatives to ACHELs. Choline-rich foods. Number one, choline is a precursor to acetylcholine. Boosting intake may support neurotransmitter function through eggs, especially egg yolks, liver, soybeans, cruciferous vegetables, Brussels sprouts, broccoli, etc., fish, salmon, or cod. Two, plant-based compounds. Some herbs and foods show natural cholinesterase inhibiting activity. Number one, ginkgo biloba. Two, bacopa Monieri, the traditionally used in Ayurvedic medicine for cognitive enhancement. Number 3, rosemary and sage, common compounds that inhibit ACHE. And number 4, licorice root, onion, garlic, and parsley have shown activity in lab results. Category 3, antioxidant-rich foods. Oxidative stress contributes to neurodegeneration. Include in your diet berries, especially blackberries and blueberries, leafy greens, nuts and seeds, green tea, and rooibos tea. Now, those who are coming over tomorrow for our Living Superfood Feast, you're going to get all of those. Well, you're not going to get the eggs, the liver, or fish, but you're going to get everything else on this list. And lastly, now category 4, omega-3, not lastly, 2 more categories. Omega-3 fatty acids support neuronal membrane health and reduce inflammation, including flax seeds, chia seeds, walnuts, and fatty fish. And then number 5, functional soups. A recent study found that vegan and vegetarian soups made with ingredients like coconut, potato, onion, and herbs showed notable cholinesterase, that's the word. Let me repeat the sentence. A recent study found that vegan and vegetarian soups made with ingredients like coconut, potato, onion, and herbs showed notable cholinesterase inhibiting activity. Sorry about that. These nutritional strategies may help maintain cognitive function and support overall brain health. And they say always consult with a clinical nutritionist or a healthcare provider before making changes to treatment plans. And that's a good idea. That is a very, very good idea. So look what we found. A wonderful nutritional alternative, which actually happens to be on my anti-inflammatory protocol. So I'm going to paste this one in this article as well. And let's go back now and continue the research that we had put together. These nutritional strategies may help maintain cognitive function and support overall brain health. Memantine, MEMANTINE, a non-competitive and voltage-dependent NMDA receptor antagonist, is used to mitigate excitotoxicity caused by excessive glutamate stimulation, a key factor in neurodegeneration. And that excitotoxicity is very serious. It's very common, and much of it is due to chemical additives across the food chain. Food coloring, flavor enhancers, artificial sweeteners. Excitotoxicity is a big problem in the United States and the UK. Memantine, a non-competitive and voltage-dependent NMDA receptor antagonist, is used to mitigate excitotoxicity caused by excessive glutamate stimulation, a key factor in neurodegeneration, offering protection against cognitive decline in vascular dementia. This mechanism complements the cholinergic enhancement provided by ACHELs, reflecting a multi-targeted functional strategies. Beyond the standard pharmacological agents, functional medicine incorporates other neuroprotective compounds that target oxidative stress and inflammation. So at the heart of this, at the beginning of this, oxidative stress and inflammation cannot ever be ignored and or dismissed. Most of us have no strategy whatsoever. None. to target oxidative stress and inflammation. Most of us, the overwhelming majority of us, have no strategy. It doesn't even occur to us. Don't even know what it means. Here are a few of these drugs. I believe these are standard. Well, some of these are standard allopathic drugs, but not all of them. The first one, butylphthalide, a green botanical medicine approved in China for ischemic stroke, has shown promise in vascular dementia treatment by upregulating phosphorylated AKT in the hippocampus, improving mitochondrial function and enhancing behavioral abilities. So that is a compound from China. 2, idebenone, a CoQ10 analog, acts as a potent antioxidant, helping to eliminate free radicals, counteract oxidation, and improve mitochondrial respiratory activity, thereby supporting overall brain function. Edaravone, a nootropic, nootropic, and neuroprotective agent, alleviates oxidative stress, upregulates AKT activity, restores synaptic proteins, and improves memory deficits, playing a crucial role in neurological recovery after brain ischemia. Other non-pharmaceutical or natural agents are also considered within this functional medicine framework. Naoxetone capsule, a composite of 16 natural ingredients, and tonquinua capsule containing dihydroevodimine and evodimine, are used in China for vascular dementia and are believed to block glutamatergic signaling and reduce inflammation. TIZ granule, a traditional herbal formulation, inhibits astroglial proliferation and promotes precursor nerve cell proliferation. Those are your nerve stem cells. That's very important. Enhancing learning and memory in animal models. And cerebralsin, a peptidergic compound mimicking neurotropic factors, addresses neuroinflammation and oxidative stress, though evidence on its cognitive efficacy remains limited. This functional medicine approach integrates these diverse agents to simultaneously modulate the cholinergic system, provide neuroprotection, and combat oxidative stress and inflammation, aiming for a comprehensive strategy to mitigate cognitive impairment in vascular dementia. Functional medicine addresses vascular dementia caused by strokes by focusing on underlying risk factors and promoting brain health through personalized lifestyle interventions. Unlike conventional medicine, which may focus only on pharmaceuticals to manage symptoms, functional medicine seeks to identify and treat the root cause of the disease. So therefore, the functional medicine approach to vascular dementia and strokes is the second most common form. Vascular dementia is the second most common form of dementia caused by impaired blood flow to the brain and most often resulting from strokes or transient ischemic attacks, TIAs, also known as mini strokes. Point 2, root cause analysis. A key principle of functional medicine is to understand why a health problem exists rather than just addressing the symptoms. That's very important. For vascular dementia, this involves a thorough evaluation of lifestyle, environmental exposures, medical history to uncover contributing factors. Point 3, individualized treatment plans. There is no one size fit all. It's all individualized. Functional medicine uses a comprehensive approach, including diet and lifestyle changes, stress reduction, and targeted supplementation. Treatment strategies are tailored to the individual rather than a one size fits all approach. So, core strategies in functional medicine include nutrition and lifestyle, diet. Functional medicine practitioners often recommend a nutrient rich, whole foods, plant based foods diet that includes antioxidants and omega 3 fatty acids to support brain health. The Mediterranean diet, as well, is often associated with better vascular health. Point 2, gut health. The gut's microbiome linked to brain function is a central focus. A healthy gut is supported through nutrition, hydration, and supplementation. It's nearly 90% of neurotransmitters are made in the gut. Neurotransmitters are made in your gut. How healthy is your microbiome? Do you even think about it? Do you have any strategies? Do you care? Exercise. Regular physical activity, including both aerobic and strength training, is recommended to support overall well-being and brain health. Next, and let me double check to see if anybody is talking to me today. You know, we love you in our listening audience, and we always do the best we can to keep you engaged and with a lively participation. And I am looking right now, and I am not seeing anyone here. 1 second, not seeing anybody in our listening audience. What's that about? Can we do better than this? Can we engage? Are we a part of a family, or am I on my own with my friend? I know he's going to be watching this from beginning to end. I have another friend whose mother died of Lewy body disease, is another form of this dementia. We got to do better. We got to do better. Can I get you to hit the like button for today's program? We're going to do better. We are going to do better, or we're not going to do anything. Let me begin to wrap up today's conversation. I put a lot of work into it. Let me go through these last. Management of risk factors, blood sugar and insulin resistance. Functional medicine addresses conditions like insulin resistance, sometimes referred to as type 3 diabetes, which can begin years before a diagnosis and contribute to cognitive decline. Inflammation. The approach targets sources of inflammation which can affect the vascular system and the brain. Toxin exposure. Practitioners may investigate and treat exposure to environmental toxins that can harm brain health. And when we talk about environmental toxins, I'll be honest with you, we're overwhelmed with environmental toxins that trigger inflammation. It's overwhelming. I think that's why so few people really commit to understanding this, because it's like, I got to study all of that. I got to learn all of that. I got to do all of that. I don't even want to think about it. I'll deal with it when it arrives. Unfortunately, for many people with vascular dementia, when it arrives and you then say, okay, now I'm going to deal with it, it's already way too late. Didn't have to be. But your strategies are going to have to be very aggressive and very deliberate, very targeted, and you cannot deviate from them from that point on. Might it be better had you early on in life just made a bunch of lifestyle habitual changes? Hold on to them for life, strictly with them. I was at my neighbor's place this morning. I was out running, and I stopped to talk to him. He was putting together his electric bike in his garage. And I was talking to him, and he had a T-shirt on that said, "No alcohol." And that's a lifestyle choice. No alcohol. And me, I made that lifestyle choice back in 1986. So that's what, 36 years, 37 years of now going with no alcohol at all. I love it. It's 39 years. I love it. We can do it. We can do whatever we will to do. Brain stimulation and rest. Mental stimulation, engaging in mentally challenging activities like puzzles, reading, or learning new skills, is encouraged to help maintain cognitive function. 2, stress reduction. Chronic stress, not chronic disease, chronic stress can negatively impact brain health. Stress reducing techniques like meditation and yoga are often included in treatment plans. This is all a functional medicine approach. Sleep optimization. Quality sleep is critical for brain function. A functional practitioner will often screen for sleep apnea or other issues that disrupt sleep. Examples of specific programs: the Bredesen protocol. This personalized protocol, developed by Dr. Dale Bredesen, is used in some functional medicine practices to address cognitive decline. It involves comprehensive testing and treatment plans based on a patient's individual risk factors, covering areas like diet, sleep, and exercise. That's the Bredesen protocol. Other therapies: some clinics also incorporate additional therapies like hyperbaric oxygen therapy or acupuncture as part of a holistic approach to dementia. Limitations and context. While promising, it is important to note that many functional medicine treatments are still considered complementary and lack the robust clinical trial data of conventional medical approaches. The Cleveland Clinic, from which much of this is emerging, notes that a person with vascular dementia is more likely to die from a stroke or heart attack than from the dementia itself. Of course, the stroke or heart attack will kill them quickly. Vascular dementia is a chronic, long-term disease. A person could have vascular dementia for 30 years or more. A person with vascular dementia is more likely to die from a stroke or heart attack than from the dementia itself, highlighting the importance of managing underlying cardiovascular risk factors. For anyone considering this path, it's essential to work closely with a healthcare provider and understand that results vary by individual. Now, there's one more thing I wanted to look up, and I just came across it right there. And this other thing I want to look up is entitled, "What is the Bredesen Protocol?" And I'm asking Copilot ChatGPT-4 to describe this in 200 words. And let's go a little deeper. The Bredesen Protocol is a personalized, multifaceted approach developed by Dr. Dale Bredesen to prevent and reverse cognitive decline, particularly Alzheimer's disease. Unlike conventional treatments that target symptoms, this protocol addresses the root causes of neurodegeneration through lifestyle and metabolic optimization. It's built on the premise that Alzheimer's disease arises from a combination of factors such as inflammation, insulin resistance, toxin exposure, and nutrient deficiencies rather than a single trigger. And you know I completely sign on and agree with that. The protocol includes 7 core principles, 7 core strategies. These 7 core strategies include nutrition, exercise, sleep, stress management, brain stimulation, detoxification, and supplementation. Now, that almost exactly 5 of those fit exactly my 7 principles of optimal health, which also included nutrition, exercise, sleep, and included as stress management. I included as the breath. It also included detoxification, which is in my 7 principles of optimal health. So 5 of them directly overlap. But mine also included water, hydration, and it also included our mind, body, spirit matrix, which also would include socialization, being friendly, being nice person, etc., all of that. But this Bredesen protocol, I like it. It's built on the premise that Alzheimer's arises from a combination of factors including inflammation, insulin resistance, toxin exposure, and nutrient deficiencies rather than even a single trigger. The protocol emphasizes 7 core strategies. I read that patients typically undergo a cognoscopy at age 45 or older, which involves blood tests and cognitive assessments to identify risk factors. Based upon these results, a tailored plan is created to reduce harmful exposure and enhance brain resilience. Key interventions include adopting a plant-rich, low-carb, ketogenic diet. 2, intermittent fasting. 3, regular physical activity. And 4, targeted supplements to support brain health. I am already on the Bredesen protocol and much more. It also emphasizes removing chronic infections and environmental toxins, improving insulin sensitivity, and restoring hormonal balance. While the Bredesen protocol has shown promise in observational studies, it remains controversial due to limited large-scale clinical trials. Nonetheless, it represents a hopeful shift toward functional medicine and personalized care in tackling cognitive decline. That was really, really good. There's a lot more research that I have on all of this. I hope that you find it to be useful. I hope that my friend finds it to be extremely useful, practical, and usable for his mother and for his sister, who is actually dealing with the impact of a stroke as well. So what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to paste this up for him, and I'm going to check out of here for today. I've got to go into my kitchen. Man, let me tell you, those of you who are coming by for tomorrow's First Saturday Feast, you are going to get such a treat. I don't have my menu list in here today. Ooh, I should have put it up. But let me tell you, I'm doing a bunch of recipes that I have not done in a long, long time. I am making, for the second time only, I am making Sonny's key lime pie for desserts. And Sonny's key lime pie is dedicated to a dear, dear friend, Sonny, who used to come to all of our feasts, and she was a part of the Las Vegas Vegans meetup group. Sonny had the perfect personality, just the sweetest person in the world. Everybody loved Sonny. Unfortunately, Sonny got diagnosed with a very aggressive liver cancer. And from the time of my awareness of her diagnosis, Sonny lived less than 6 months. Sonny, you did make it. Your key lime pie did make it into the book, Living Superfood Recipes, Volume 2. And I kept your name. It's Sonny's Key Lime Pie. I did alter the recipe just a little bit, mainly in making the crust. So Sonny's Key Lime Pie is going to be one of 3 different desserts for tomorrow. It's Sunny's key lime pie, oatmeal raisin, and flax cookies. And there's also watermelon taffy. That's always a favorite. I love making it. And we're going to have so many wonderful dishes. It's up to about 34 dishes right now. Still enough room for a couple of people. You're also going to get my falafel, raw, vegan, plant-based falafel. Falafel is always plant-based. But my raw falafel brings all the girls to the yard, makes everybody go, wow. And I'm going to be making it with my creamy cucumber dressing. So the falafel goes with the dressing. You dip it into dressing, and this creamy cucumber dressing, you could use it for anything. You would use a white dressing for chicken wings. I don't eat chicken. Could be vegan chicken wings. We're going to have such a feast. We're going to have a wonderful time. The dishes are going to be special. I went deep into the middle of my second recipes book. Of course, we're going to have all the normal things, flax crackers. We're going to have watermelon juice. Or it's not a watermelon juice. It wouldn't be called a juice, a puree watermelon. Watermelon, ginger, and lemon. It's going to be awesome. So if you are in Las Vegas tomorrow or any day, you should be here with us in Desert Shores for this dinner. It's going to be awesome. Did I get anybody tuned in today? Let me double check. Ed O'Mac. He says, we're here. Are you here in Las Vegas? I would love it. We're here in Las Vegas. I know he's not. I would love to have you, Brother Ed, and your wife check us out for the Living Superfood Feast. We do the best we can, always seeking to do even better as we tune into this beautiful life that we have for us. So that's it. Nobody checking in on YouTube. And I hit the like button myself there, so I'm just going to go ahead and close that. I want to thank you all for tuning in today. And I thought we did a pretty good job. I thought we did a wonderful job. And so on that note, I'm going to go ahead and check out for today. I want to thank you all for your attention, for being with us here today, being with us every day. You are with us is a special day. Every day I get a chance to be with you. I did pull out the book, Miracle on 2 Feet, Prevention and Recovery from Stroke. Prevention and recovery. For those who are recovering from stroke, you got to follow the book to a T, especially when you get to chapters such as this chapter, Alternative Medicine and Stroke, where I lay out all of the recovery strategies that you should be using constantly. There's a whole bunch of different therapies or alternative therapies that you can use. A whole bunch of them. There's like 40 alternative medicine practice. Greetings, Brother Keedy. What are the main culprits of inflammation? Oxidative stress. Oxidative stress. Now, oxidative stress is everything. It can be resulting from our diet, oxidative stress from toxins in the environment, oxidative stress from the accumulation of toxins and not detoxifying our body on a regular basis. You know me, I detox every 90 days. I'm on a detox that's going to last for 28 days. Oxidative stress, reverse oxygen species, ROS. There's a whole bunch of different ways of looking at this, but it's oxidative stress. And oxidative stress is not just psychological stress. Oxidative stress is rust in your body. It's equivalent to rust. And you do want to combat it to the best of your abilities all day long, every day, for all your life. The main culprits of inflammation, I could just, let me just do a real quick. You asked a lot. What is inflammation in the body? And that one's going to take a lot to answer. What is inflammation in the body? Let's just real quickly go through it. Inflammation in your body's natural defense mechanism, a biological alarm that kicks in when something's wrong. It's how your immune system responds to injury, infection, or harmful substances like toxins or allergies. There are two main types of inflammation: acute inflammation, short-term and immediate, triggered by injury or infection, redness, heat, swelling, pain, and sometimes loss of function. An example is a sore throat or a sprained ankle. And then there's chronic inflammation. Chronic inflammation is really what your question is about. Lasts long time, sometimes for months or years. Can occur even when there's no clear threat. It's linked to diseases like asthma, rheumatoid arthritis, heart disease, and Alzheimer's. Symptoms may be subtle: fatigue, joint pain, skin issues, digestive problems. Why it happens? When your body detects a problem and sends out inflammatory cells and signaling molecules like cytokines to trap and neutralize invaders like bacteria or viruses, to repair damaged tissue or restore balance. But when it goes wrong, while inflammation is essential for healing, it can be harmful if, number one, it doesn't shut off properly. And that's the main problem, that it either doesn't shut off or we trigger it so often it just stays on. Like the common standard American diet triggers inflammation 3 times a day. Every time you eat a cooked meal, standard American diet, highly processed food, inflammation is constant. Inflammation can be harmful if it targets healthy tissue, and that's the beginning of an autoimmune disorder. If it's triggered by lifestyle factors like poor diet, stress, or a lack of sleep. Think of it like fire, helpful when controlled, but destructive when it spreads unchecked. That's a pretty good inflammation description of inflammation. So I'm going to share that with you. Ooh, I can't share it with you. I can share links with you. And let me just share this one link. What is inflammation? There it is. Copy the link, and I'm going to paste this here for your benefit, Brother Ed L. Mack. And beyond that, please do get my book. Get the book, Miracle on 2 Feet. Get it at http://CRP 2012. That is where you get my book. I encourage all of you, get the book, every one of you. Why? Why would you not? Why would you not get a book to prevent stroke? Now, because I wrote the book, I can assure you it's going to do you a lot of good. It's very handy. I myself believe that I had an ischemic stroke one day. It might have been about 5-6 years ago or so. And because I knew what to do, I was in my kitchen at the time. I felt a numbness on my left arm, and I got dizzy, and my eyes came out of focus. And immediately I said, I think I am going through a transient ischemic attack, a mini stroke. And because I was cognitive while this was happening, I immediately put a pot on the stove, threw this in it, took some supplements out of my cabinet, took two of them down, and in 5 minutes, I was cool. I did change significantly my lifestyles and behavior patterns after that to even more focus on what's healthy producing. But I'm not going out like that. Thank you, Brother Ed L. Mack. Thank you very much for your attention. And I put up one link. Let me see if I can find this other link that did come up. It's not there. Where is it? It's not there either. I'll find it. So I want to thank you all for your attention, for being here with me, for paying attention, paying close attention. I am because we are. And I want to thank my brother Miles for the inspiration for today's show. And this is getting deep. I'm hoping to hear back from Miles. I'm hoping maybe he'll pay for my trip to come over to UK. We couldn't work this out. I just invited myself to UK because Miles is a part of really productive people, and I know he wants me to come over there. This might just be a good way to get over there to rescue his mother from the health services and to rescue those who have yet come to that stage in their life where you're going to have to confront the consequence of cognitive decline. You've been listening to LIBRadio, LIBTV, and livinginblack.com. If you have any comments, any questions, text me. Text me only at area code 702-580-0662. Text me. And let's get to solving your problem. If you have a problem that I can help with, I wish my friend my Imhotep had gotten this. Text me at 702-580-0662. Text me only, please. And let's work it out. Peace and prosperity to each and every one of you on your favorite. We are LIBRadio, LIBTV, and livinginblack.com. Thank you all for all you do, for all we do, for all of us. We are LIBRadio, LIBTV. We are livinginblack.com. Peace and prosperity to each and every one of you.